Previously on Launch Control. Subaru Rally Team USA entered the newly formed America's Rallycross Championship with high expectations.
I think we will be very competitive.
We've always been saying we're building towards something. This is that something.
While the team knew they had to put together their best Rallycross car to date, the competition was going to be fierce. Over the first two races, Subaru showed strong pace and steady performances, narrowly missing the podium, but collecting valuable points.
We took some really good steps again forward with the team, and we just have to keep digging.
We'll look forward to Canada now.
Now, with Patrik Sandell and Chris Atkinson holding down third and fourth place in the championship, the team looks to continue their climb up the leaderboard at the third round in Trois-Rivières, Canada. The fastest track of the season brings its own challenges, and a local hero climbs into the third Subaru. This is Launch Control. It's the day after race day in Trois-Rivières, Canada. The stands are empty. Most teams have packed up, except one. The fastest track of the season presents an opportunity.
We're staying a day behind after the event to do some testing. This is one of the few tracks where it really has a high speed, and we're trying to learn something with our aero package on the car.
Now that the team has built its strongest chassis and engine package to date, the focus shifts to other details.
But just went a little bit easily. Looser than before, but drivable.
But the main thing is that he's lower.
I can't compare the traction because it's so wet. You actually have good traction because it's like dirt that's damp. So you're.
Oh, it all makes sense though. Like on asphalt, that it should be a more stable car.
The turn-in was much better than I expected.
Over the past year, we went after very big pieces, big chunks of reliability and performance from the engine. We were able to get that. Now we're really working on developing an aero package that works. Low-speed aero in this environment is very important. We have to catch up with some of that.
3 days earlier, and the entire event lies ahead. There's excitement surrounding the team this weekend as a Canadian motorsport hero joins Sandell and Atkinson. Former Formula One champion, Jacques Villeneuve.
Looks healthy, doesn't it?
So healthy. You're trying to fatten us up before the race.
I'm back in childhood now.
Like, you're from this area or live?
You drove up from Montreal? Yes. Halfway you see a town called Berthierville. It's halfway from here to Montreal. Yeah. So that's where I grew up, in the boonies, in the sand pit with motocross, and it was fun growing up here. And but memories of youth and now are very different. You don't see the same things.
As they meet for the first time, there's a lot of information to share. For Jacques, it'll be a steep learning curve in the car. A test session earlier in the week outside Montreal provided insight.
So how was your first shakedown with the car? Did you enjoy it?
A lot. It's weird. The first start I used to do, I would get nausea. Just the first one. Yeah, any air wasn't used to it. It's always a big shock to the system because those. Yeah, the first launch, and cars are quick. It was just good to get back into that, that mode, and sweating for a reason. Yeah. That's also nice.
The media circus at the shakedown is proof of the star's continued popularity.
Yeah, but I'm not used to driving cars that are that soft. That's something that's a little bit strange.
From like where we started, like 1.5 years ago, from that car to now, we are day and night.
So you have to drive it a bit differently. You really have to.
You can't make a corner around. No. They're grippy. So
but for this track, I think you could get away with going back to where we were. But because of everything we've done for this setup. Now we've softened the diffs and we've done everything to try and make it. And then if you stiffen the car now, we'll just.
It should be good in the dirt, though. No.
Yeah.
The lunch break is just the start of the festivities. The downtown streets are lined with fans, and the Rallycross cars make their way through city center.
In the 70s, so when my dad was in Atlantic, F1 drivers came to race in Atlantic. So it was James Hunt, Lafitte, Depallier, and a few others. They came to race in an Atlantic car, and because he beat them, then he got into F1 because of that. So it was I think James Hunt came back and told the McLaren guys, "Hey, put him in the car. You know, he's quick." So today that wouldn't happen. They would go back and say, "Oh, he's a wanker. Don't put him in the car." Now back then it was, "Yeah, he's good. Put him in the car. It would be good for the team." So that's what opened the door. So it's been a very important. Crowds love it. That's what you need. You need a place where the crowd is there loving it. I mean, it's a 2-weekend race now, so that's impressive.
Anticipation builds up before every event. But this weekend, with this driver lineup and this community of race fans, it feels different. For Sandell and Atkinson, the meetings help to build a bond. On and off the track, they need to trust and work together to get the best result for the team.
It's been working really good as a team. We've been teammates now for 1.5 years and really try to...
You get along?
Yeah, so far.
Yeah, no, but we really try to help each other. Okay, when we are in the final, still we race clean in the final, but until the final we really try to help each other because in the end of the day, we try to make Subaru happy and try to get a win for them. So, and that worked really good so far. So
it's a 6-lap race, and it's important that we get cars, getting results.
Yeah, getting podiums for the team is more important right now.
Yeah, of course.
The format at any ARX race rewards consistency. Setting strong times qualifying session after qualifying session builds your points total to the important semi-final grid placement.
It felt pretty good. I felt closer to Scott and Tanner than we ever been, so they gained quite a lot of time on the long straight, but I was definitely faster than them on all the twisted stuff, so that was a little bit of a boost, so that's good.
Sandell and Atkinson know they need to put up good points straight away.
There's a bit of added pressure. We know we got a podium car. We know we can be on the podium. We showed it last year. Trust in what the team's doing, trust in what you're doing as a driver, and we know we can do it. We know we've got the abilities, the package, the team, it's all there. It's just a matter of having a good weekend.
Villeneuve will have to build speed and learn the car by putting in consistent laps.
New team, new car, new series, so a lot to adapt to in only a few laps, but it's exciting, it's fun. You know, after years of experience, normally you can get up to speed quickly, so hopefully that will happen again.
By the second qualifier, the blue and the yellow Subarus are in the thick of the battle in the toughest race of the day. Atco manages to thread the needle. No chance for Sandell.
I drove straight into Tanner's side. Someone spawned me in front of me. I don't know how much damage I have in front of me.
The incident forces a red flag, and the cars return to the starting grid. Sandell's Subaru is hurting. The rules prevent any mechanical work done to the car during a restart, so the team is careful. They can only peek through the damaged bodywork to make the call. The verdict ends Sandell's qualifying efforts early. He's forced to watch the race from the pits. Frustration for one, strong results for the other. The Subarus end the day with mixed results. 3rd, 7th, and 9th. It all starts in the early morning. Most spectators are just rolling in, but the cars are already taking the start line.
We just have to fight back today. Luckily, we didn't lose too many points, so okay, we are down there now, battling in the bottom, but we need to fight back now through Q3 and 4.
There's no time to wake up. The 3 Subarus need to be on their game.
The target now is to try and be top 4 through the rest of the qualifying, and then you get a front row for the semi. So that's the main goal, get in a good start position for a semi and then see what we can do from there.
Third qualifier is off the line. For the Canadian Jacques Villeneuve, an overnight setup change pays off.
Hold your line, hold your line.
The F1 driver has found his rhythm in the car. He sets his best laps of the weekend so far. In the next qualifying session, Sandell continues his charge up the leaderboard. When one of the favorites falters, he pounces and sets the 4th fastest time in Q4.
Fast as a puncher, fast as a puncher. That's good. Keep going, follow block.
All eyes turn to the last qualifying session of the weekend. Down the front straight, it's a battle of the Subarus.
Villeneuve's going to back up, Munich. He's behind you. Villeneuve's behind you. Behind you, he's backing up, Munich.
Atkinson runs in front and doesn't look back. Clear track is a racer's dream.
Here's your checker right here. Good job, bud.
Second fastest in the session, moving him to 3rd overall after qualifying. This track is unique, and most competitors have been here before, so Subaru has overcome that hurdle. Now, focus turns to the semi-final strategies.
Tanner has the potential to beat a lot of us into some place and be in the mix of the top 3.
Yeah.
So then it's going to come down to our drivers fighting for the 3rd spot.
Yeah.
Row 1 should be speed, then Atco. Then row 2 will be Foyt, Munich, Harpen, Sandell.
Time for discussion is limited. All 3 cars return to the pre-grid.
Really happy with the way the weekend's been going and progressing. Figure out how to drive the car naturally and also work on the setup, but it's been great experience with the team, the engineers, my teammates as well, and with Subaru. It's been surprisingly positive.
So we just have to give it a clean run and just push like crazy when we're out there. So no, I have a really good feeling. You know, the setup have come together throughout the weekend. We learned the track, we helped each other inside the team with different lines and different IDs, and I really think we are really fast right now, so it's time to prove it.
Semi-final 1. Top 3 cars advance. Atkinson is outside front row. And the race goes green. Down the long straight, Atkinson fights to get on the inside line.
Watch your inside, Bennett's looking up the inside, he's on your bumper. He's on your bumper.
He slots into 3rd.
Clear by 1, clear by 1, you're putting a little bit of time on Bennett now, let's stay with these boys.
He holds down the transfer spot to move into the final. That's 1. Semi-2. 2 Subarus looking to advance. Sandell takes the joker straight away, then methodically runs clean lap after clean lap.
Keep digging now, keep digging. We're gonna beat Armin. That's your goal.
When the rest joker,
Clear, clear, clear.
Sandell holds 2nd to advance to the final.
4 cars behind you, just push now. Secure, good work, Patrik. Good work.
The 2 lead Subaru drivers are in the final. No sooner is the semi-finals end, the final is queued up. No returning to the pits. Limited tools and tires, and limited time to regroup.
No, it felt perfect. Car was good, had a good launch. We're able to stay with the forge most of the time and had a good joker strategy, or joker early, and then just fight back as much as we could. And yeah, just have to breathe a bit now and then get ready for the final. Try to do it all over again, but just a little bit higher up.
Cars load into the grid, with the Subarus on the second and third row. Down the front straight and up through the gears.
Stay. Follow block.
Atkinson decides to remove himself from traffic and takes the joker lap. Sandell follows the leaders, on their tails, but with nowhere to pass.
How much? 3.2, so you have time, you can joker.
He opts for the joker on the next lap. He clears his teammate to stay in fourth.
You are clear. That's what's behind you. Just push now, that's what's behind you.
Pressuring the car ahead, he's ready to make his move when the sixth and final lap comes to an end.
You did a good work, Patrik. Fourth. One more lap! Oh!
The next day, at the test, with the car and engine at its peak race trim, they look to see what other areas could be improved.
The cars that we have now are the quickest cars we've ever had. You know, every few weeks we come up with a new development and the car gets better and better and the drivers say it's better and our data shows it's better. And then you come to a track like this where it has, you know, such a long straight, and then that's an area that we find another weakness. So now we're on to trying to find a lot of small pieces. We're fighting with some of the best cars in the world now, so I'm going to stay to my guns and keep going.
Next time, on Launch Control. Subaru Rally Team USA returns to the scene of the crime, where Higgins and Drew handed over the title to their teammates.
You know, in motorsport or anything, you can't dwell on the past, you've got to concentrate in the future.
This has been a really great rally for me. Either 4 or 5 wins here. Really looking forward to this event.
David and Craig look to put a stranglehold on the 2018 championship at an event that took it away just a year ago. That's next time on Launch Control.